yesterday on July 6th at approximately 7:58 p.m. we received a call through dispatch to 124 East 2nd Street in Assaria, and the caller advised that a gentleman there had killed a female at the residence. When the officers arrived at the address in Assaria, they did a preliminary walk through the house to make sure there were no other victims or the suspect wasn't still in the house. Then they secured the house. At the scene, they found Valerie Paulson, Paulson, a female that's 38 years old, deceased in the house. She had died of multiple stab wounds. They searched the property and they found some areas outside where there was a lot of evidence in the form of blood. And then a call came in that there was an injured female at Lowe's department store, and finding out once the police department got there, she was injured in the same incident in Assaria. She is Jessie Putnam, P-U-T-N-A-M. She lives in northwest Salina County. She's 38 years old, and she is married to the victim's brother, so she's a sister-in-law. And what we have found out is she had taken the sister-in-law back to the house to visit with the husband and get some of her belongings, and this incident happened. She was taken to Salina Regional Health Center, and she immediately went into surgery, and I can tell you right now that she is recovering, she is doing well. She was treated by surgeons there for multiple stab wounds, and as I said, she is doing well at the hospital. We immediately had a suspect and put the information out through dispatch and the Kansas Highway Patrol, and this morning, Michael Paulson, 39-year-old individual, was taken into custody in Ottawa County at the Bennington Cafe. Now, don't ask me what he was doing up there. We have no idea, except I do know he was eating breakfast at the time we found Mr. Paulson. He is currently here in custody. He has been booked into jail on first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and kidnapping, where he refused to allow Jessie Putnam to leave the residence. He is in jail, and that's where he will be for the time being. Involved in this case is the Salina Police Department, the Salina Police Department's evidence lab technicians, the KBI, the Highway Patrol, McPherson law enforcement in the surrounding area, plus Salina County Sheriff's deputies. And they put a lot of work into this, and at the current time they are still at the scene in this area processing the house for additional evidence, and they'll be out there probably until 4 or 5 this afternoon. I am very pleased with all the cooperation we got, and I am extremely pleased with the cooperation that I got from some of you people in this room when you called and wanted information. You were very patient, and I appreciate that. Like I said, that's basically what you're going to get. I will take some basic questions, but we're not going to discuss very much about this case.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm confused. So, Michael Paulson and Valerie Paulson
is Valerie Paulson's husband.
Okay. And Jessie
Is the sister-in-law.
So she's Michael's sister.
I don't have any idea. She married to Valerie's brother. So
Oh, I see.
she's the sister-in-law is all I can tell you. I don't know who she married.
So she's no relation to Michael.
Correct. That's fact.
Okay. And so why was Jessie there?
Jessie was taking Valerie back out to her house because Valerie had been staying with Jessie and her family at a county residence here.
Okay. And she was taking her back there to get her
To
things.
get some clothing and items, yes.
So Valerie and Michael were having marital problems?
Evidently. That's the best we can tell. I don't know for sure. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Okay, and do you know what started the whole dispute
Nope.
there?
I have no idea.
And you said attempted kidnapping or kidnapping charges?
It's kidnapping charges because he refused to let her leave the residence, and that's when he stabbed Jesse.
And do you know if he stabbed Jesse first and then Valerie after Jesse left?
No, he stabbed Valerie first, and then Jesse walked in on it, and then he chased Jesse and stabbed Jesse.
The stabbing took place inside the home?
The stabbing took place at the home. We believe Valerie was stabbed in the house, and Jesse was stabbed in the backyard.
And what was Mr. Paulson apprehended?
That was approximately, 8:30 this morning? It was early this morning in
7
Ottawa
o'clock,
County.
around 7 o'clock this morning in Ottawa County.
So was Michael home when Jesse and Valerie showed up?
He must have been, because he called to say she can come out and get some of her clothes.
Oh, I see. And then Jesse, was she a witness to him stabbing Valerie and then trying to run, or can you kind of describe the?
I'm not going to get into a whole lot of the details on the case. You got basically what we're going to give on what happened in that house. We still have more work to do and more people to talk to, but this is what you're going to get pertaining to this case. And I will tell you all, like I said earlier, from the time you walk out of this room today, you are done coming to the Salina County Sheriff's Office and asking deputies here or myself any more information about this case. You will have to take your request from here on out to the Salina County Attorney's Office and run through County Attorney Ellen Mitchell or her assistant Christina Turchek.
And
You got
Sheriff,
a call then first about the incident in this area before they were called police?
We got the call to go out there at 7:58 p.m. And it was shortly after that that they got the call that Jessie was at Lowe's. She had driven in there, like the article in the paper said this morning, asking for help, and the police department went out there. So our call was there first. She had called on a 911 line, and when they traced the phone number, because there was no communication, it was to a county address. And we had deputies going to that county address, and then the police department, in dealing with Jessie, found out that the same phone that was her cell phone. So
Okay,
she had
the
called.
call came from her?
Yes.
Okay.
Why did she drive into Lowe's, do you know?
We have absolutely no idea. It's probably the closest open business to try to get help. Otherwise, she'd had to turn around
She
and,
didn't have a cell phone?
that's what she used. She'd had to drive to Lindsburg or someplace, or somebody's house, and that's the quickest way she knew and the best place to go for her. Lots of people, she knew she'd get help there.
so Sheriff, she called from the house originally, but did
We don't know where her original call came from. We don't have any idea.
Oh, but you
It could have been in her car as she was coming into town. We don't know.
But you said you got a call to 124 East 2nd and
That's where dispatch sent us. They got a call that a man had killed a woman at 124 East 2nd Street in Assaria, Kansas.
Who made that?
We don't have any idea.
Oh, I thought you said that was Jessie.
We assume it's Jessie.
Okay, it came from her cell phone number?
That one of the calls did, yes. On the 911, we don't know. I don't have any idea. I'm not going to get into all the technicalities of whose calls or what. We got the phone call, we went out there, we found the body. Jessie was taken to the hospital. Jessie's been treated. We are now working with Jessie, and Michael is in custody. If you have no other pertinent questions or information you need, we're done.
Have you recovered a weapon?
I'm not going to talk about any weapons. I told you she was stabbed multiple times. That's all I'm going to give you.
Both girls were, both women were
Yes.
stabbed multiple times.
Yes.
Have you ever been called out there before for any kind of?
We're not going to talk
harassment?
about their past history. It's not what this case is all about.